Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Tracy, and you already know the vibes. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. So as of late, I feel like I've been receiving a lot of questions about open calls. I know it's the summertime, so it's getting hot outside. Everybody want to get out, but also too, summer is right before Fashion Week in September. So I feel like a lot of agencies are trying to do the open calls to see if they can get some new models on their roster for the upcoming Fashion Week shows. So I've just collected a couple questions that I've taken from TikTok regarding the open calls, and I'm just going to answer them for you guys in this video. I think this will be a good intro and really touch on a lot of things with the open calls. So it should be a good first place start, just so you can know what you're about to get into if you haven't been to one before, and also just to give you some new things to think about if you have. So let's get into the first question. What is an open call? So typically an open call, when an agency has an open call, they'll put up like a notice and they'll give you some requirements or not. And basically it's like a big casting where aspiring talents or interested applicants can come in and meet with scouts or development agents from the agency. After the pandemic, a lot of agencies stopped doing them at the actual agency and actually do them outside. So like when I was at One Management, we did an open call at a boutique, and we also did, funny enough, an open call at the Blind Barber in LA as well. So they're pretty fun. We try to really pick fun places that can accommodate a crowd but also have good lighting and not too busy and fussy, so we can really try our best to pay attention to what's going on. But as you'll come to see if you haven't been to one, or if you've been to one before, usually the open call lines are really long and the wait times are a bit crazy. So yeah, I think we're trying to figure out ways to kind of mitigate those issues. But yeah, a lot of the times there will be a long wait, and I don't know, I think that's just a part of it. What to expect at an open call. So, as I mentioned, a lot of the time, because these are bigger castings and because they're really doing these with the intent of opening the opportunity to the general public, one thing you can almost certainly expect is a long line. I feel like, with opportunities like these that are few and far in between, a lot of people try to take advantage. So I totally understand why the lines are long, but then I also understand how people can be a bit annoyed when they're attending open calls and have to wait on the long lines. Additionally, because the open calls aren't really all-day events, they're usually just a few hours, because that's all the time that the agents usually have to step away from the table. The agents don't really have enough time to speak to everyone. You have to understand, I think the worst situation at an open call would be if you were unable to meet with models that had been waiting a long time. So I think the priority is always to see everyone that attends. And I think sometimes that can really have or affect the models and the talents negatively that do attend, because then they start to feel upset that they've waited online so long only to have, a couple seconds FaceTime. But I think that's the price you pay for the opportunity. And you really have to kind of ascertain or distinguish if that really makes sense for you or not, How do you prepare for an open call? So, like I mentioned, because the interactions are really quite brief, there's really not so much more you can do. I feel like you definitely want to make sure that you wear something flattering but simple. I think it's almost better just to look chic and not too ostentatious at these open calls, because you don't know who you're going to meet. And a lot of the times they're really quick, so you kind of want them to attach something onto you. And I think it's great to go with a crazy fun outfit, but then in the off chance that the agent doesn't like the outfit, or if the outfit's too distracting, they might remember the outfit and not you. You know what I'm saying? Because they are seeing faces all day. And because they don't take pictures, sometimes that could be more distracting from you. I'd rather be known as the model that just looks stunning rather than the model that had on the crazy outfit, because at the end of the day, if you do get signed to a modeling agency, the jobs you do aren't going to be a lot of jobs that you dress yourself. It's going to be a lot of jobs that other people dress you with. So I feel like it's better just to really be strong on what you're actually selling to the clients rather than, just other things to stand out. I do think that outfits can be helpful, and I am in no way saying that self-expression is a bad thing. But I feel like for instances such as this, an open call where it is very quick, it's better just to be safe than sorry, because I really do think that the negatives outweigh the positive with regards to really trying to stand out in an ostentatious way. Also, for open calls, I think another thing that a lot of people would be remiss not to bring is a comp card. And I don't think that your comp card should be necessarily pictures from your portfolio. I think it should be a set of strong Polaroids, because as I mentioned, you really want the agents to remember you after the fact and remember you as you are. So if you have a comp card that maybe has like a lot of photos on it from a photo shoot where you had a lot of makeup, I don't know that they'll be able to make that connection between, oh, this is who I met at the open call and this is who is on the card. I think it's always good to have Polaroids, and probably Polaroids in a similar outfit to what you're wearing to the open call. That just makes it seem like you're so professional, so on top of it, but also makes it easier for people to remember you when the open call is done. I think that is the most important thing you can bring, because a lot of times agents won't even have the chance to take too many notes. So if everything, all the information is in one spot and it looks chic and simple and clean, you'll always leave with a good impression. How to stand out at an open call. So yeah, like I mentioned previously, I don't really think it's about a crazy outfit or being the loudest in the room or being funny and joking. I think it's really about being prepared and looking expensive and looking elegant, you know what I'm saying, like, or cool. But I think you really just want to look expensive and well put together. Your skin should be as good as you can make it, no makeup, hair and hair back, just super clean, refined, black tank top, black jeans, black t-shirt, something simple. Obviously, you don't have to stick to this, and if you have a different hairstyle or if you feel like there's a part of your character that is just really part of your brand, definitely incorporate that, but I always think less is more. Also, too, just being prepared. I really think having a comp card will really make a difference, because I've seen at open calls a lot of the talent don't come with anything, or if they do, it's comp cards that I can't really use because I can't really see them in it, if that makes sense. So I think a Polaroid sheet or a Polaroid comp card would really change how people perceive you and leave a really good lasting impression when they go back to the office. Another thing I always like to mention too is that at these open calls, a lot of the times they send their scouts. A lot of times scouts don't make the decision on their own. So they also need to go back to the team to refer, or to review a lot of the talent that they saw. So I think the comp card really, really, really would benefit you in that way. And also too, just to make sure that if they do have to go back to the agency to just kind of convene with their colleagues, they have something that you feel comfortable to present to their colleagues, and hopefully that can make it so that you have a better chance at getting a contract. Other than that, I really feel like open calls don't really need to be a big deal. I don't really think, me personally, that it makes sense for models to fly into other states for open calls, because if you do get signed, how will you really be able to facilitate that going forward, I feel like open calls are very quick, You'll fly in to meet with someone for 2 seconds, and while it could lead to a contract, sometimes, and most times, if I'm being honest, it doesn't. From open calls I've done previously, the most models I've ever signed from one open call was maybe 2 or 3. And I've been doing open calls for more than 10 years. So I really feel like It's a great opportunity to get scouted, and obviously there aren't a lot of opportunities to get FaceTimes with scouts, but I really think it's important to manage your expectations and really understand what you're stepping into and really understanding if that makes sense for you or not. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on open calls, and I'd also love to answer any other questions that you have. So if you want to leave those down below in the comments, I'll definitely take a peek at those later. And also, if you just want me to do any other videos on any other topics, you know I'm always here. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. This voice is still giving me issues.